Ghana, by the end of the year, would have selected a vendor to build its first nuclear power plant. To enhance the effectiveness of Ghana's regulatory infrastructure for nuclear, radiation, radioactive waste and transport safety, a 10-day engagement with an integrated regulatory review service mission by the International Atomic Energy Agency is currently ongoing in Accra, where Dr. Robert Bright Malko-Sobaji, Director of Power responsible for nuclear and alternative energy at the Ministry of Energy, reviewed Ghana's nuclear power timetable.
By the early 2030s, and we've taken all the steps to complete our phase 1, and we are in phase 2, where we are to identify the vendor. We've gone through all the vendor identification process, and by the end of the year, all things being equal, we should be able to announce the vendor who is going to build Ghana's first nuclear power plant. So we are just at the finalized stages of identifying the vendor, and I'm sure by the end of the year we should be able to announce.
The IRRS mission review is expected to help align Ghana's nuclear power policy with international standards. Chief Director at the Ministry of Environment, Patrick Nomo, explains.
And they'll be here to work for 2 weeks. And during that 2 weeks, they'll review everything that has to do with nuclear power. They'll talk to relevant stakeholders. They'll look at the security and safety arrangements that we have in place in terms of our laws and regulations, what policies we are coming up with, what review mechanisms do we have, how the Nuclear Regulatory Authority itself will be staffed and how it will operate. What is the assurance that they will be independent in their operations. All these things will be reviewed by the mission, and then they will make recommendations. The beauty of this mission is that they have come at a time when we have developed all the policies, but we have not approved them yet. We have not passed them yet. So they will have the opportunity to make recommendations to improve the policies that have been done. So that when they go to Cabinet for approval and subsequently to Parliament for approval, they will meet international standards. And then when we implement them, they will be in line with the requirements of the IAEA.
Ghana aims to include nuclear power in its electricity generation mix by mid-2030. Collins Frimpong's reports for Joy News.